A walk along the abandoned Crofton Spur on the Bonsall Creek Trestles. You know, just a nice little path by a stream with rails. Rails make everything better. Here's the map of southern Vancouver Island, and the area that I was walking on the railway is in the little red circle near the town of Crofton. The Crofton Spur was originally known as the Osborne Bay Subdivision, and it was opened in June of 1914 and ran 2.6 miles from Osborne Bay Junction, which was at mile 47.5 of the E&N Victoria subdivision, down to the industrial waterfront of Crofton. The Crofton Spur was used until the 1980s. The Crofton Spur was abandoned by Canadian Pacific in April of 1987. A few years later, most of the spur corridor was sold to the pulp mill company. The section of the Crofton Spur with the 3 trestles at Bonsall Creek is shown here on the map. The section that I explored includes 3 timber pile trestles, and the trestles are all similar in design and really close in length, and they all cross the same creek, the meandering Bonsall Creek. So here is a map of the area of the trestles. This shows the area of my walk, and the poorly drawn arrows show the direction of my hike. That's where I started on the road, walked all the way to the back, and then once I got to the back part of my hike, I started the video of walking from one to the other. And I decided that I would refer to them. I was going to refer to them as first, second, and third, but that got complicated depending on which direction you went. So I went by direction, and I have the West Trestle, I have the Middle Trestle, and spoiler alert, I have the East Trestle. And that's the rough location, and so you can see that's where my walk went, and there's gaps between them, and some of the gaps were easy. I'd say the easiest gap to walk was between the Middle Trestle and the East Trestle. Now, between the West Trestle and the Middle Trestle was tough to walk because there were a lot of trees, and the rail bed was actually compressed, pushed up by the farmers' fields on both sides. And then the portion between the East Trestle and the roadway was really difficult to walk because of those evil blackberry vines. For added enjoyment when watching this video, you can make a drinking game with the phrase, "This is beautiful." Every time I comment about something being beautiful, take another drink. It doesn't matter if it's coffee, kombucha, or something way stronger than that. It will make the video better. This is Crofton Road. There's the Crofton Spur, a segment of it on property owned by the pulp mill at Crofton. Rails have been left in there. No activity on this spur since the 1980s. And I'm going to explore this. There are 3 lovely timber pile trestles in this segment, and I'm going to enjoy them, do some photography, and I'm going to attempt to do a video where I walk from the back end of it back here to the roadside. But it's right through there. Creek is flowing good, so the railway's on the far side of the bridge. I'll climb through there and see what it's like. Here's Crofton Road. And there's where the spur starts, well, here's where the remains of the rails start. Spur would go across and through there somewhere. I'm not going to explore the east side of Crofton Road. I'm exploring this again today. I've been here once before, 2 years ago, and this time I got a bit more knowledge of what I'm looking at, and I'll do video. And the snow should make the photographs nicer. Well, I've made it to the third trestle, and beyond that is a farmer's field. And from my research, that tells me that's private property, well, not owned by the Crofton Mill. Here's the creek, meanders that way in that direction. Straight down there beyond the trees that are in the way, in the track, is the middle trestle. And then the first trestle, or the last trestle beyond that. And then Crofton Road. When I was here 2 years ago, after looking at my photographs from that time, I concluded that this trestle is the most photogenic of the three. Perhaps just the nice green moss leading in a straight line with the really tall tree in the background on the far side of the field. Just nice leading lines. This is what it looks like crossing. The ties aren't in bad shape, I mean, relatively speaking. They're certainly better than some of the trestles on the Port Alberni subdivision. And I think probably that's because there's no ATVers and motorbikers that come through here to chew it all up. So this is a nice hidden gem. I'm heading west towards the end of the rails here at the farmer's field. 2 weeks ago, I was on the far side of that field looking towards where I am now. I like doing these meeting it from both ends type of dual hikes, one after the other. Here I am, the end of this segment. End of rails cut off. There's the field. So this is the start now of my video of walking back eastward towards the ocean on this segment of the Crofton Spur. It's not very long, but it takes a while because of all the obstructions of the vegetation. It is a sort of a sunny day. The sun breaks out of the clouds every once in a while, and so at some point I'm expecting the sun to not be a friend of this video and to make it tough to see, but we'll deal with that when it happens. I'm working the side view. This is such a beautiful spot. I'm glad I saw it again. And the sun's shining. Makes it difficult for the video. Rail on one side, rail on the other side. Yeah, after a while it just gets overgrown with vines. Work our way through them. So some fill has been placed over top here, and but the rails are still below, and the ties are there. Built up on either side, where they've basically leveled for the farmer's field. Okay, walk a bit further, flip the camera around to the dreaded vertical mode. Show you how the rail curves, and now it's a super ultra narrow gauge going through there. And I'll follow beside it. Hey, the rail. This part between the West Trestle and the Middle Trestle is the toughest part to walk, just because of all that. So I've had to walk close beside it. And here is a level crossing with just over top of the rails. And you know what? I think the risk of a train coming by is pretty low. Continue my way to the Middle Trestle. It's got to be through there somewhere. Again, this is a really short section when you look at the map, but it's hard going. Getting there soon, and I'm coming up to the Middle Trestle. Yeah, I got caught on my way in. I tried to push down and get rid of these, but I still get caught. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, middle trestle. Here we go. Fun thing about this, my simple mind always has to adjust because the creek direction changes every trestle because it meanders. So this one's going from left to right. Okay, time to cross. Yeah, timber pile trestle, nice and simple. Looking upstream, bit of a log jam, driftwood jam, whatever down there. This is the middle bridge. No matter which direction you're counting from, it's the second trestle. I love the sound of that moving water. Okay, heading east to the East Trestle. Bit of an obstruction. And I will need to walk around again. You know, just a nice little path by a stream with rails. Rails make everything better. Okay, let's continue eastward beside the rails, heading towards the East Trestle. This is one of those out and back hikes where on my way out I pretty much just found my path. Oh, this is nice. Sometimes it's simpler just not to multitask. Although, even on my way back, every once in a while I see a real nice photo composition and I'm compelled to stop. And right away, we're back at the East Trestle. That was really quick. The meandering creek meanders back and flows from right to left and then crosses under Crofton Road. This is a tangent track. I learned my railway terminology slowly, and I've recently learned finally what that means. There's some ducks. Tangent. I mean, I should have paid better attention in geometry, trigonometry. It's just a nice straight line, and it sure is. This is beautiful. Okay, when I look at my photographs and videos later, I'll have to conclude which is the longer of the three trestles. Right now, this one's feeling like it might be the longest. This is a bit of erosion at the abutment, so two ties have kind of caved in because the ground below them is gone. This is beautiful. I keep on saying this is beautiful. I think it means I find beauty everywhere I go. Again, these trestles do not feel unsafe at all for walking. They are feeling just fine. I haven't gone to the edge though, so I'm not sure. Made sure I've stayed in the middle or on the stringers. Oh, that is beautiful. Harder to find locations beside the trestle that are easy to access and have a view. I think I came down here 2 years ago. Oh yeah, it'll be nice. Okay, a nice view at the East Trestle. This is really nice. Water moving away from me. Or if your view is like this, from left to right as you're looking at it. Here's that abutment and the bents. Really soft mud, silt, manure that I'm standing in. But this is such a good view here at the East Trestle. Alright, time to get back up to the line of the Crofton Spur, Osborne Bay Subdivision. Built almost 110 years ago. It's old, older than me. Okay, my sad farewell to the East Trestle. Beautiful trestle. I love the green moss. And let's head back through the jungle. Just have to follow my footsteps. Did I go under there or through there? Well, my footsteps say this way. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go this way.
Oh yeah, it's fun to walk through here. Oh yeah. Which way do I want to go? I'll go down. Okay, for the next little bit, it's easier to walk beside where the snow path is there. Even though it's a steep slope and I don't want to fall into the creek, it's just easier. And then at the end I can walk on the rails again. It helps to go quickly through those steep sections. My friends, the rails are still here. Nice to go down through here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can go there. I could have gone the rails. I came out through the rails. Here we are. Good place to be. And the bridge and the creek. And looking west. Just a little spot here to walk off the rails and watch my footing on these logs that I'm standing on, and back to the rails. Yay! And to the road. Looking west, I'm in the roadway, and that's where it would go, perhaps through there, or right through there. The tools of the trade when you're on the Crofton Spur: camera, tripod, and gardening tools.